Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Now you might have noticed I haven't really posted any videos in the past few weeks, but this is because I have been fairly busy and we have a new member of the family. This is our new little garage dog, name's Obi, and he's a beautiful little pup. But that means now we do have our own little garage dog, which I've been looking forward to a lot. So that's one thing that's been happening. Also, I've been doing a lot of work on the Mark 1. Now, I haven't really taken many videos of that, but there's a couple of photos and I think the odd video that I have taken. So that will be part of this video. We also have the Reliant kitten back in for a couple of odd jobs as well. Now, of course, when I'm stuck to deadlines or time limits, it takes a long time for me to video things when I work on them. So sometimes if I do have to get the jobs done and finished, then I can't always video everything. Let me just take you around and show you what I have been up to the past few weeks. Well folks, I'm working on the Mark 1 project and I'm just doing a few bits to the back of the car. So in essence what I'm doing is I'm putting a load of spray foam in there, and then I'm going to build basically all fiberglass, all the back over the foam, and then I'm going to put a little interior light in. Now the plan is to put speakers in the back pillars. As you can probably see at the sides behind me, I've been filling the car with expanding foam. Yeah, no, it's not finished yet, so it looks a bit crap. So the reason I'm doing this is because the way I'm having the back of this car is I need it to be quite level, quite flat, because I'll be carpeting all the interior. So I want a smooth look to the back of the car. So what I'll be doing here is obviously I'll be cutting all this back so it's flat and then sanding it down, and then I'll be fiberglassing over the top of this just so it has like a smooth transition down and flat. And then obviously when I've put the windows in, or the boards, whatever that I decide to use, then all the carpet will be nice rather than being like kind of going in, tucked around and back on itself. And then as we move to the back, now with this being the estate, I've got quite a lot of space in there and they don't get used for anything. So what my plan is I'm going to try and get some speakers to go in here, and then I'm going to run an interior light at the back, so when I open the boot door I can just flick the switch, same as the front, and then I can have a little light on in the back. So in order to do that, I should have shown you this beforehand, but I mean, if you just see there, a little piece there, there's a plastic pipe. So I've run that through from just tucks in here, it runs up in here over the top and then stops where that line is. So that I can push the wiring through and it'll come straight out into here. And then in that plastic piece here somewhere, I can drill a hole into the side of it and pull the wires out for a speaker. Now, I've still got to put a bit more expanding foam in this yet, so I'm just waiting for it to go off properly. Once this is all done, then I'll be cutting it all straight and then sanding it down so it's all nice. And then again, I can fiberglass over all this so it's quite a nice flat surface. So that's my plan for these. Same with this, as you can kind of see, I've quickly cut it. I haven't sanded it to shape yet, but I've quickly cut it. And then this will all be being fiberglassed over, and then I'll have drill a little hole so I can get the wiring through, and I'll put the interior light in. And same with this side. So I'm hoping it kind of gives the car a little bit of extra strength and a bit of like soundproofing, maybe a bit of heat insulation, which would be nice. It's just little things like that I'm doing. So I'm just trying to utilize as much space as I can in this thing. As you can see, it's gutted out completely. I'm currently sat inside the back of the car. But there's loads of stuff I've got to do to this car, and it's got to look worse before it looks better. So, but it's getting there. It's definitely an improvement. So as you can see, this side is all foamed up and flattened out, ready to go. So hoping the speakers will kind of go there, kind of thing. But then from there I've got a wire that comes up over the top and then goes into where my interior light will be. As you can see, you got the little plastic pipe there where the wire will travel through. And then this side I'm kind of working on at the minute. You can see it's fiberglassed, and I'm only doing that so it's small because I'm having carpet on the inside. So I just want it to be all the carpet smooth flowing, and plus it might just give it a little bit more strength and a bit more insulation, but we'll see how that goes. Obviously, because I've got the tailgate going on the back, so I've got a little cut out there that will be, obviously I'll tidy it up when I finish it, and then I'll have a little cover that goes over the top that will be screwed in to hide that, and then obviously the speaker will go underneath about there. So anyway, now I've finished fiberglassing the inside, and to be honest, I'm quite happy how it's come out. You can see at the top there where I've put a hole in for the interior light, but I'm quite happy with that so far. So once all this is done, then I can crack on with other jobs on the Mark 1, but it's just a case of, you know, you got to go bit by bit, but I can't really video it while I do it because it's just awkward, and I don't want to get like bits of fiberglass on the camera and get sticky finger marks all over the camera and everything, so it's a bit of a tricky one, especially being on my own. But I'll keep you updated with what I'm doing. So I've had to go over the whole car, and then basically just every single pinhole I can find, I just kind of sand it down, put some filler over it, and just fill them in, because I want the car to look as nice as I can when it's finished. So when I paint it, it's going to look really nice and smooth. Well, as smooth as one of these things will be. But I just don't want any major imperfections that you can see from a mile away. I don't mind the odd one or two, but you know me, I like things to look pretty damn neat. So for things like the front end, you can see where I've done a big repair there. That was just full of cracks in the fiberglass there, so that's all now smooth. On the front end, there was cracks all at the top here as well, so I've got to smooth all that down. You can see all the repairs on the front, on the bumper. As we move around, there's still loads more around the car. It's just, well, you can see all the little dots everywhere that's been filled. There's still a few here, like these things. If it will focus, there you go. So things like them around the car, they're the kind of things I'm taking away. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but it's coming along slowly. Just sanding it down really smooth now, really fine. Oh, dusty. So yeah, the car's coming along. I'm doing bits and pieces to it. What is that? My damn bike's filthy. No. That's the only problem about having to store my bike in the garage. Yeah, bloody filthy. So that's pretty much what I've been doing with the Mark 1 recently. If you want to see more on the Mark 1, let us know down in the comments, and I'll do a few more videos based on the work I'm doing with this thing. So I managed to pull the engine out of the channel car, the green Mark II. Now, the engine did run in a way, but I was going to rebuild it anyway, so I thought, well, I'll pull it out. Now, I didn't do that on camera, but again, I just wanted it done and it was late, so I just pulled it out anyway. And this is the rear axle off the Mark 1 that I have. Now, I've taken that off because I've decided to change the chassis on the Mark 1, and let me show you why I've decided to do that. So here is the chassis for the Mark 1. Now, as you can see why I've taken it apart, it's because there is so much rot on this chassis. It's going to take a long time just to take it all back and plate it all up and strengthen it all up again. Also, on the early Mark 1s, there's no actual rear seatbelt mounts. But of course, safety comes first, which is why I wanted rear seatbelts in the car anyway. But just changing it over to a Rialto chassis should solve the issue. And obviously, being a Rialto chassis, it'll be pre-galvanized anyway, so hopefully there won't be as much rot or corrosion on the Rialto chassis. But saying that, let's show you what the cars look like outside. My bike's there, all looking nice and pretty. Now that will be put away for winter soon because I don't want that getting knackered. Also, got a nice old little 80s Vespa for sale, so if you're interested and you want a little scooter, that'll do you perfectly. And here is the fleet. God, that sun's bright today. Hopefully be able to see this. But we have the kitten back in, once again. So, in a couple of videos, we'll see some more work on this. Mark II there, haven't done anything with that just yet. We've got the Mark I. Now, try and keep up with me. What I've done at the minute is I've taken the chassis off the blue Mark I. The blue chassis is now on this, and the chassis for this is now in the back garden. I've done a bit of sanding, done a bit of filler and fiberglass on it so far. Now, inside doesn't look very different, but I have fiberglassed all round at the top, inside at the back there. I have made a little, where is it there? Bit of an interior light up there, but I've made that, but I might cut it back off because I don't really like it. Well, folks, that's pretty much where we're up to with the Mark I build so far. Again, there's so much work to do to this car, it's just crazy. There's so many modifications to do, there's fiberglassing to do, there's bodywork to do, there's more mechanical trickery and changes to do, as well as all the electronics. And if I was going to describe it to you, I'd be here for about another 20 minutes or so. But if it's something that you're interested in, again, let me know down in the comments and I'll be happy to take videos of that and get some footage for you as and when I'm doing that. But I will admit it has been a nice break, especially spending some time with a dog. And speaking of dogs, does anyone else have their own garage dog? If you do, comment doggo down in the comments and let us know. Anyway, there's loads of work to get cracking on with. So I'm going to be able to post a load of videos out each week now. So remember, we have the Mark II channel car that we'll be working on. We've also got the kitten and the Mark I, and possibly some more to mine, the Reaper. So there's plenty of stuff to get cracking on with, and that means plenty of more content for you guys. So if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to smack the out of that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So with that being said, folks, take care and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.